Alright guys, so today we're going to be reacting to 16 things not to do in Germany. These are very important, folks. These are very important. Hopefully in the future when I do a couple trips to Germany with my wife and my family, we're already educated with this type of content. Let's jump in.
Hey, we are Diana and Phil. Diana is from the United States and I am from Germany, and in this video we're going over 16 things that you should not do in Germany.
Alright, so some of these things are a little more serious and some of them are going to be pretty funny, so let's just get right into it.
Alright, number 1. You should never recycle wrong or throw away your Pfand.
Pfand!
So Germany is a pretty green country and people tend to take their recycling pretty serious. So if you're here, you should not just throw everything in one bucket, but separate it between plastic, metal, paper, rest, and all that good stuff. I don't even know how many there are.
I like that.
So Pfand is a deposit where you pay a little extra on bottles or cans, and you'll usually return them at a little machine in the supermarkets where you get a voucher and your money back for doing a good thing. So never throw away your Pfand bottle.
Yeah, we have that in New York City. We have in New York City, man, but only homeless people are using it.
And
Number
Germany had it
2,
right
you should
here.
never drive on the left or the middle lane of the Autobahn. There's actually a law
Let's
in place
go.
that requires you to drive on the right lane on the Autobahn at all times unless you're overtaking somebody. So if you're not planning to go super fast and overtake a lot of people, you're required to drive on the right lane. So don't drive in the middle or the left lane slowly and block traffic because people will get aggressive.
and honk. Number 3, don't walk in the bicycle lanes. In Germany, there are a lot of different bicycle lanes in and out of the city, and especially in student towns, there'll be a lot of bikers. So
I noticed how Germany is very kind of thing, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because it keeps your society very well organized.
don't walk in them. Walk in the pedestrian zones or a sidewalk. That's what they're for.
Number 4, do not address strangers using their first name. It is kind of funny, but in Germany for the word you, if you address somebody, we have two versions. There is du and there is sie, and sie is a polite version. It also implies that sie, you're on a last name basis. So that is the polite version to use, and if you meet somebody for the first time, or especially an elder person, you use the polite form. You do not use their first name. You are on a last name basis and use the sie instead of the du. And if you get to know a person very well and you're on a friend basis, on a first name basis, then it's fine to use the first name and
Well, in Spanish we have something very similar. Now that you mentioned that, you don't say if you say, if you met someone and you don't tell them tú, you call them as usted. It's a very polite way to say it, right? You don't tell them about tú, but tú. Say usted. Yeah, I like that.
du. Du, Diana.
Du Diana. Number 5, don't use public transportation without a ticket. A lot of the public transportation systems are controlled a lot, and there'll be men and women who just appear once the ride has started to check on everyone to see if they have a ticket.
Yeah, they're undercover, and the fines are usually kind of high or out of proportion with the ticket prices.
Yeah.
A number I always have in my mind is 60 euros, but nowadays it might be even more, like 80 or 100.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number 6, and this is a little bit more of a serious one. You should
80
never
for a
show the
ticket?
Nazis
$80, Ooh, hold up. $80, $60?
high or out of proportion with the ticket prices.
Yeah.
A number I always have in my mind is 60 euros, but nowadays it might be even.
But is 60 euros for a pass, like a weekly pass or a monthly pass? What's going on here? That's kind of high though. Well, unless you're doing like an Amtrak kind of thing, you will go through, to the countryside. Probably 5 or 10 hours drive, but still, 10 to let's say 8 to 10 hours road. It's kind of high, but I'm guessing, but you still get the comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to balance this thing out.
Even more, like 80 or 100.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number 6, and this is a little bit more of a serious one. You should never show the Nazi salute or joke about Nazis in Germany. Of course, because of the history in Germany, it's kind of a forbidden thing to do, and most of the
Culturally.
Germans nowadays were kind of raised by this post-World War II anti-Nazi generation. If another person comes to the country and does anything Nazi related, it's so out of our minds that it's so weird that the world still thinks that. So that's quite offensive, and you should never ever
cool.
do
Yeah, I
that.
agree. That's not
And by the
cool.
way, the same thing also applies to sing the old version of the national anthem. And I think around the world a couple of people still think that might be it. And it's the one with the Deutschland, Deutschland über alles. That is the Nazi anthem. You're not allowed
Oh,
to
I
sing
didn't know
that
that.
anymore. The real one is Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit, blah blah blah. That's the newer national anthem, and that's the only one that's supposed to be sung in
go.
Germany.
Number 7, don't gossip in English in public. Most Germans have a very decent grasp of English, and they'll
That's disrespectful. Don't do that. And you know, because I know Spanish back in the day, I used to do it. Nah, not okay. Not okay. Not okay.
probably understand you. I know it's very common when people go to other countries, they tend to gossip
Yep.
in another language. I've heard it spoken in different languages all the time, and it's a little uncomfortable and embarrassing when other people understand you. So to avoid uncomfortable situations like that, gossip behind their back.
Number 8. You should never disrespect the German quiet hours. So every day, or rather every night, from 10 p.m. till 6 or 7 a.m. the next morning, in Germany, by law, there are quiet hours. So you're not supposed to like play loud music, do construction or anything like
Good.
that.
Man, I like that. I like that, man. I like that.
Most of the country kind of abides by that rule, which means there's very little noise pollution during the night when you're trying to sleep or
nice.
relax. And I think it's a kind of a nice thing. So if you do that, the Germans probably will call the police on you because they think they're in the right, and they do that, and the police knocks and like, turn it down. Never ever disrespect the quiet hours. Alright, so before we continue with the video, we want to take a quick moment to remind you guys, please go and like the video. It helps us out a lot with...
So number 9, don't solely rely on credit card payments. In Germany, there's still a lot of things that are pretty cash-based, and sometimes your credit card will even be rejected.
Because they know about economy. That's why. With cash money, you can get away with certain things. I don't know how the Germans do it. But here in the States, some places they prefer if you pay cash. Chinese restaurant. Oh, have you guys been in any Chinese restaurant in the United States, especially in New York City? I'm telling you, I'm making this face because I love it, man. I love that. I'm guessing you guys have Chinese restaurant in Germany, but those people are smart though. And Germans are smart. They know what's up, man. They know what's up.
Rejected from a stall, a bakery, or a vendor. So it's
Yeah,
important
keep
to
it cash,
note
man.
and make sure you have cash
Yeah, keep it cash. Make it easy for them.
on you. So number 10, don't expect small talk. If you're from the South and you're used to the good old Southern American small talk, that's not gonna happen. And it's not trying to be rude, it's just a cultural
Yeah.
difference. So don't expect to chat with a random stranger
It
about
happens to me here in the United States. I'm not saying here. They come from very, especially Wisconsin. They have a very strong German heritage, and I'm a Puerto Rican, right? By nature, Puerto Rican like small talk. You can go to a gym, you can waste 3 hours of your workout just talking. So when I came here to Wisconsin, I would notice it that they would not enjoy the small talk, so they will just get going and do what they needed to do. And I learned from that, and I said, you know what? It's not them, it's not me. It's just at that moment, right? I need to shift, right? So I'm guessing it will be the same with the Germans. I can go when I went to Europe and I hang out with Italian Spaniard. We understand each other, but when it comes down to Germans and Swedish people, is you have to keep it short and simple, kind of thing.
about the weather or something.
Number 11 is do not expect free water anywhere. So if you're used to the American way, you go to a restaurant and the waiter comes right away with a nice bucket of cold ass water and refills you for free all evening long. That is not a thing in Germany, and you should not expect that. I think it's quite of a dumb thing, but water in German restaurants is quite expensive and most of the times even bubbly.
Sprudelwasser.
So in some places you could actually ask for tap water and potentially get it for free, but a lot of places don't even do that, and if they do, it might be a little frowned upon. But in general, you should not expect free water everywhere. Number 12.
It is what it is.
Do not enter a house with your shoes on. So all around Germany, it's pretty common to take off your shoes if you enter somebody else's house. Or at least you should ask if you should take your shoes off. And sometimes they say, no, you...
You know, no, I do that in my house, in my own apartment. And I think it's a great sign of respect. Great sign of respect. You're respecting people's houses. You should take your your shoes out, make sure it's clean. You know, you don't know where these people or this person was before you came to your own house. You show some respect.
You don't have to, but a lot of times people take their shoes off right at the entrance, leave them there, and then just walk around in your socks.
Leave your dirty shoes in the front.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how many of the households do that. I would say the majority of the households.
Someone's birthday and you will not see them on their birthday. Do not wish them a happy birthday.
It's not their birthday yet.
I learned that
Good
after
point.
coming to Germany. You are not allowed to wish them a happy birthday until on their birthday or after their birthday.
Yeah, and I was surprised to learn in the US that a lot of people do that actually.
Some people will have a party a week.
What are you talking about?
And in the US that a lot of people do that actually.
Some people will have.
I don't know. Well, I don't probably happened one or twice, but it's not common. It's not common. I celebrate my birthday in the day of the birthday, or if there's something going on, we just do it at the day after, but never before. Never before. So I don't know about that one. Maybe some areas in the States, I don't know. No, maybe probably in the South. I don't know.
Have a party a week in advance if that just works with their schedule.
So much bad luck.
Okay. That makes sense.
Number 14 is kind of a very serious one. You should never, ever expect to be dressed in a sauna on every beach.
Ooh.
All right, this is kind of a funny one. We just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay.
In Germany, in a sauna, usually you are naked. You go in with a towel and then you take it off or whatever, but you are actually not allowed to wear any clothing. If you wear clothing in there, people can get the whatever security or supervisors and they'll throw you out or make you undress.
You must be naked.
Yeah, there are also parts of beaches in Germany that are especially for nakedness, nudity.
Beaches.
Yeah, nude beaches. We call it FKK, Freikörperkultur. And on these beaches, you have to be naked. It's not allowed to wear any clothes.
Like fully naked?
Yeah, fully naked.
Yeah, so I've yet to go to a nude beach or a nude sauna, but I'm open to it.
Ho ho. Should I be concerned?
Why? Just gonna be a whole bunch of older people. So number 15, don't abandon your shopping cart. I feel like in the US sometimes there'll be shopping carts spread throughout the parking lot and they'll just be like a shopping cart ghost town. In Germany, that is not the case. You need a coin to access a.
You know what's crazy? But we have that here. What are you talking about? I just go here to Aldi. You have to put a quarter there. Kind of confused. Well, Paulo, let's be honest. Not everywhere. You go to Walmart, it's kind of. But in Walmart, it's organized. Well, again, this is. She's right. There's some places here in the state that's kind of crazy. But in my Aldi, you have to put a quarter. A quarter just to get the thingy.
Cart, and you also want your coin back, so you have to return the cart to get your coin back.
It's a great technology. Yeah, Germany did this. Aldi, yeah. Well, Aldi, you're in Aldi. Aldi's right here. Hold up, Aldi's is German. I don't even know it was German.
And it's
That
a
is
good
fun.
system. It's nice.
Yeah, it's great system. It's just making sure that you're responsible. Make sure you're responsible. It works very well. Hey, Germany, you got it right, man.
And there's not abandoned shopping carts everywhere.
Yeah.
And our last point number 16 is in Germany, you should not jaywalk.
We ain't in New York City,
Yeah, but we're kind of in Berlin, so let's say you should not, but a lot of people still do it. Although I think the majority of the people kind of follow the rules and they do not jaywalk. You should always cross where the little traffic light is, and then only when the green
the man
mannequin,
tells you.
not the red one. And it's not that hardly persecuted, but you can actually get fined if you get caught.
Dang, they're that serious over there. Really persecuted. You imagine, like, no, you imagine the little thingy disappear before you even get to the next side of the walk. You can see like a police saying, like, hey, you didn't work 0.5 seconds, so we have to take you, kind of thing. Man, that's kind of, no, that's, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You know why? Because strong security build strong safety net. I just made that up.
In the act, jaywalking. So the police sees you, gets you, and I don't know how much it is, 5, 10, 20 euros, something like that.
Pay it,
so
man, pay it,
you
yeah.
should not jaywalk
No,
in
you
Germany.
shouldn't.
All right, so those were our 16 things that you should not do if you go to Germany. Let us know in the comments below if you can think about any other things that you shouldn't do in Germany. Also, maybe you've been to Germany and some things of these might have happened.
Hey man, yeah, Germany is beautiful, but based on the videos that I saw so far, I only been in Austria. Austria was beautiful, so I'm assuming there's a similarity when it comes down to the culture and the aesthetics. But I agree with some of these stuff, man. Germany has it right, and I do. Listen, folks, the recycling thing, if they already had it very nice established, it's the best thing, man. I have to throw so much cardboard all the time. If I can literally take that cardboard and put it in that thingy where the recycle bin can give me, like, some income behind. Oh my god. Oh my god. I remember they have it in New York City, but there's a lot of homeless people using it, so a lot of people were not. Well, they have to do what they have to do, man. Man, New York City was rough, man. Oh, bro. They had those little machines everywhere, but it is what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.